Hello, I am Firestorm Carnage, head of EOT. Now, this is another just about bounty, but it's also a good informative video for those of you looking to get into the fleet commander role. Justabout.com is a website where you can take part in bounties, the community, and so on, and can actually make money doing it. There is no catch, you simply take part, and if your submissions and entries into bounties is picked, you earn money, and there's always plenty of entries, so you've always got that chance to win. So justabout.com, head on over there if you're playing EVE Online, and make sure you sign up. Now, tell us what makes an FC a good FC. FC obviously stands for Fleet Commander. There are many things that makes a good Fleet Commander in EVE Online. One of the things that doesn't make a good Fleet Commander is when you're high or drunk. That's never a good plan. Trust me, I've done the drunk one. A lot of people died. And essentially, there are multiple things that make a fleet commander a good fleet commander. One of the things is knowledge of your fleet. Now, you have what's called a kitchen sink fleet, where everyone brings whatever the hell they want to bring, and essentially that makes it incredibly hard for a fleet commander to lead and engage. Often it comes down to sort of two commands. When you get into a fight with a kitchen sink fleet and you go up against an enemy fleet, you basically turn around and say, right, you, all close range, in you go, all long range, 100k, do your thing. But the fleet is limited. If half the fleet gets decimated at close range and the rest of the fleet is all long range and then the enemy fleet closes the gap, you're in big trouble pretty quickly. So being a fleet commander can be extremely stressful, it can be extremely irritating, but it is all about fleet composition, it's all about knowing how to be a fleet commander. And that boils down, as I said, to a lot of different things. One is scouts. You have to have scouts in your fleet that move one or two systems ahead and know where targets are. You've got to trust your scouts. You've got to have scouts that you know will give you decent information. Say if you're in low sec like we used to be, you would say, right, so-and-so go here. They would go there, scan the system. Right, we've got this in this complex. There's this ship here, this ship here. And we would warp to the gate. And me being the fleet commander would say, right, go tackle it. And they would tackle it. We would jump in and warp directly to the scouts. And knowing how to use your scouts effectively is what makes a good fleet commander a fleet commander. Power and ego have no place in a fleet as a commander. Your job is to provide content for your members of a fleet. And it's not about how you want to get the juiciest kill possible. You're there to provide fun for your fleet. So taking fights that even might just be a complete even fair fight is another part of being a fleet commander. Another one is that it's good to have fleet compositions that are all the same ships. And the reason that we do this as fleet commanders is because we know what the fleet can do. And that's what makes a good fleet commander, in knowing exactly what your fleet is capable of. Where can it engage? What ranges? What damage? What can it take on? What can't it take on? And essentially, do you need to disengage? Can you engage this fleet? Do you need to run? Do you need to put your fleet onto a structure tethered because the fleet that's just come into the system is bigger and better than yours and you don't stand a chance? If you go up against a fleet that has logistics and you don't, can you break that logistics chain fast enough to make a difference, or will half your fleet go down before that is accomplished? And does it require people skills? I would say probably not. I think that a fleet commander is essentially a general in the military. You're not there to so much as appease the fleet, but you're there to provide the content for the fleet. And that's the important bit of a fleet, is that people often mistake the fact that when you're in comms with the fleet, you do not question the fleet commander. You do not speak over the fleet commander. If you don't agree with what the fleet commander is doing, you don't speak up. You just be quiet and follow orders, etc. Let's see what else they're asking. Military expertise. Yes, obviously, and that boils down to the fleet composition and the fleet setup, fleet makeup, and knowing what it is you want to achieve with your fleet. So if you go out with, say, 50 coercers, you know that your fleet is capable of instant and high gank damage. Say you go out with 50 cormorants and they're all medium to long range fists. You know that any fight that you get into, you need to warp your fleet in between 50 to 100 kilometers to effectively apply massive DPS before the other ship can warp and escape. And that is pretty much what requires a fleet commander, is the basics of knowing what your fleet is capable of, trusting your scouts, knowing what fights you can take, knowing what ships do what, and generally just provide the content that your members who join your fleet are looking for, because nobody wants to go out in the fleet and die instantly. They want to get good fights, they want to have fun, um, and that's what being a fleet commander is all about, providing the content and providing the fun. So yeah, that is pretty much the gist of being a fleet commander. Yeah, that's it really. All right, subscribe and stuff. Bye.